The perpetrators of school violence. School violence and the configuration of indiscriminate or vengeful school shootings have been on the rise. Although they make up a very small percentage of shootings nationwide, their occurrence gains national attention and transforms perceptions of safety in schools among many. The rare occurrence of school shootings have made it difficult to study. In fact, it was not until 1995 that school shootings began grabbing national media attention. Leary et al. Studied 15 cases from the year of 1995 to 2001, and particularly focused on a student during school hours injuring or killing their peers. And what they were trying to find is what common element was found across these 15 cases. And what they found was that in 12 out of the 15 incidents studied, the perpetrators were socially ostracized, which left them in the periphery of the school's social life. It is also important to note that about half the cases studied, the shooter had experienced acute ostracization, most regularly in the form of romantic breakup, in addition to the lengthy ostracization they had been subjected to. This acute ostracization could have been the final straw for many of these individuals. Many of the perpetrators carried out these acts as a form of revenge, as according to their peers or to themselves, alluding to the fact that most of these school shootings were a form of retribution for the bullying and teasing these individuals claimed to have suffered from. In Leary's et al. Analysis of the 15 aforementioned cases, the three common factors adherent to the perpetrators of school shootings is, number one, ostracization, secondly, a fascination with death, and lastly, psychological problems characterized by depression or sadistic inclinations. However, estimates have postulated that roughly 75% of elementary and middle schoolers are bullied at one point or another, making these people not so unique. Although these individuals have experienced this type of ostracism in a much higher intensity in both the humiliation and cruelty aspect, it cannot fully explain why they were motivated to kill. This is where other factors play a key role in increasing the likeliness of an individual to effectively try to shoot up their schools. Other researchers have noted that the most attackers have a history of depression, suicidal tendencies, and are medicated on antidepressants and antipsychotics, in addition to having a broken home and a lack of support from peers and parental figures. But the perplexing question is, did the mental illness stem from social ostracization, or was it that the mental illness led the individual to be socially ostracized? Leary et al. Also found that, quote, a typical school shooter feels lonely and isolated. They are highly sensitive to teasing and bullying and are deeply resentful, ruminating over perceived injustices. To note on the sensitivity aspect, this plays into the psychological illnesses that they have, that they're not capable of withstanding the ostracization that they are perceivingly enduring.